37వ సింగపూర్ లెక్చర్లో ప్రధానమంత్రి నరేంద్ర మోదీ మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారం ద్వారా చూద్దాం.
Confidence is growing. Resolve is stronger and the direction is clearer. And it is spreading across the nation at the most distant village and the farthest citizen begin to join the mainstream of national economy. Distinguished guests, India and Singapore have been together at many crossroads of time. Our relationship is written in the pages of history, the footprints of culture, the ties of kinship, and the old connection of commerce. We stood together in friendship at the dawn of freedom, and we reached out to each other in a partnership of shared hopes. Singapore's success became an inspiration of Indians. And in turn, India became the hope for a more peaceful, balanced, and stable world. As India opened itself, Singapore became India's springboard to the world and gateway to the East. No one worked harder for it, and no deserves more credit for it than Emeritus Senior Minister Goh Chok Tong. He reconnected India to Singapore and the region. Today, Singapore is one of our most important partners in the world. It is a relationship that is as strategic as it is wide-ranging. We have comprehensive defense and security relations. It flows out of shared interests and a common vision. Singapore holds regular exercise with end in India. Singapore is the biggest investment source and destination for India in the world. The world's most connected nation to India, the largest training partner in Southeast Asia, and a popular destination for tourists and students. Now, as we build the India of our dreams, Singapore is already a major partner in the enterprise. World-class human resources, smart cities, clean rivers, clean energy, or next-generation sustainable infrastructure. Starting from the first IT park in Bengaluru, it now includes the newest state capital in India, Amravati in Andhra Pradesh. Our partnership will expand as our economies grow and the framework of trade and investment improves further. But I have always seen Singapore is loftier terms. Singapore's success in overcoming odds leads me to seek a partnership that addresses the challenges of 21st century, from food and water to clean energy and sustainable habitats. And in many ways, Singapore will also influence the course of our region in this century. Mr. Prime Minister, distinguished members, this area covers the arc of Asia-Pacific and Indian Ocean regions. However, we choose to define it. The underlying theme of connected histories and interconnected destinies stand out clearly. This is the reason of expanding freedom and prosperity. It is a home to two the most populous nations, some of the world's largest economies, and the world's most talented and hardworking people. Asia's re-emergence is the greatest phenomenon of our era. From the darkness of the middle of the last century, Japan led Asia's rise. It then extended to Southeast Asia, Korea, and China. And India is now the bright hope for sustaining Asian dynamism and prosperity. But this is also a region with many unsettled questions and unresolved disputes. Our competing claims and contested norms of the expanding military power and extending shadow of terrorism and uncertainty on seas and vulnerability in cyberspace. The region is not an island in a vast ocean, but deeply connected and influenced by the world beyond. We are also a region of disparities within and between states where the challenges of habitats, food and water remain, where our gifts of nature and wealth of traditions feel the pressure of rapid progress, and our agriculture and islands are threatened by climate change. Asia has seen some of this at different points of this history, but it had probably never been here before, and Asia is still finding a path through its multiple transitions to a peaceful, stable, and prosperous future. It is a journey that must succeed, and Singapore and India must work together to realize it. India's history has been inseparable from Asia. There were times when we turned inwards, and now, as we reintegrated more closely with Asia, we are returning to history. We are retracking our ancient maritime and land routes with the natural instincts of an ancient relationship. And in the course of last 18 months, my government has engaged more with this region than any other in the world. From a new opening with Pacific Island nations, Australia and Mongolia, to more intense engagement with China, Japan, Korea, and ASEAN members, we have pursued our vision with purpose and vigor. India and China share a boundary and 5,000 years of continuous engagement. Monks and merchants have nurtured our ties and enriched our societies. It is a history reflected in the 7th century journey of Swan Sang that I have had the privilege of connecting. From my birthplace in Gujarat to Xi'an in China, where President Xi hosted me this May, we see it in a religious texts written in Sanskrit, Pali, and Chinese. In the letters of the past, exchanged with warmth and grace in India's famous Tenchui saris, and in Shinapatta, the Sanskrit name for skill. Today, we constitute 2/5 of humanity and 2 of the world's fastest growing major economies. China's economic transformation is an inspiration for us. And as it rebalances its economy, and as India steps up the pace of its growth, we can both reinforce each other's progress. And we can advance stability and prosperity in our region. And together, we can be more effective in addressing our common global challenges. From trade to climate change, we have our unresolved issues, including our boundary question, but we have been able to keep our border region peaceful and stable. And we have agreed to strengthen strategic communication and expand convergence. We explore shared economic opportunities while addressing common threats like terrorism. India and China will engage constructively across the complexity of the relationship. A two self-assured and confident nations, aware of their interests and responsibilities. Just as China's rise has driven the global economy, the world looks at China to help advance global and regional peace and stability. India and Japan may have discovered each other somewhat later, but my friend Prime Minister Abe showed me in the magnificent sign of Kyoto the symbol of our much longer spiritual engagement. And more than 100 years ago, as Swami Vivekananda reached the shore of Japan, he exhorted the Indian youth to go east to Japan. Independent India took that advice seriously. There are few partnerships that enjoy so much goodwill in India as our relations with Japan. No nation has contributed so much to India's modernization as Japan. Cars, metros, and industrial parks, for example. And no partner is likely to play a role in India's transformation as Japan. We do more together now. We see this as a strategic partnership that is vital for securing a peaceful and stable Asia. Pacific and Indian Ocean regions, with Korea and Australia, our relationship started with strong economic foundations and have become strategic in content.